Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a content list of all the Destination Springfield items, and then just sort of talking about my overall opinions on the update. So we'll start with just going through all the stuff first. So this is like a guide for anything you missed. At the minute, all the stuff is available in the store for the last few days. There's about a day left, a day and a bit left. I think they extended it actually. A little bit, which is pretty cool. I'm not too bothered, but I mean, it's been a really good update so far. But let's go through the stuff and then I'll talk about it after. So first of all, we'll go through characters. So we have Maurice. First of all, this is the donkey that Caesar and Ugolin own, and so of course we have Caesar and Ugolin. These are the two sort of sleazy French guys who obviously kind of kidnap Bart, I guess. It's quite an old episode, but yeah, and this is their donkey. So those are the sort of three French characters. They were pretty cool. And then we have Oscar Seafood Concern, the Oscar Seafood Concern squid. This was like a little mascot that we had inside the squid. The fish place, whatever you call it, in Japan. So that was pretty cool. We have Sakatumi. He's the big sumo wrestler, obviously in the episode as well. Pretty cool. Not the best of characters, but still cool to get new characters. Obviously, Mr. Sparkle. Honestly, I was quite surprised that he was a playable character, and it's a really weird one. But I think he's probably one of the better ones that we got in this whole update. Really happy that we got Mr. Sparkle. Really cool. Then we have the Battling Seizure Robot as a non-playable character. Pretty cool again. Makes the screen flash, and I like it. It was quite a memorable part of the episode, I guess. So it's kind of cool to get a non-playable character. I'm glad they didn't give him tasks. So the Vicious Monkeys. These are characters I don't think should have had tasks, to be honest. They're kind of cool, but they shouldn't have had it. We have Tiago. Tiago was pretty cool as well. Samba School Car. We have Ronaldo. He was also pretty cool. We have Exo Chilter or Oxchilter? Is it Oxchilter? I don't know how you say it, but she's obviously like this kids personality, I guess. And then we have Norbert van Houten. He is probably my second favorite character. These guys, the two French guys, Mr. Sparkle and Norbert, are my favorite characters in this entire update. Those guys are the coolest ones. The others, they're kind of forgettable, but they're still cool to have, I guess. Moving on. So these are just some unreleased things. These are probably going to be the takedown, and if they are in the takedown, I'll do a quick little video talking about it. I probably won't actually. I probably won't do a video talking about it because I'm going to be away for the next few days, so I won't actually have a video. I just want to say that as well. I was meant to say that at the end, but I'll say it now. I'm going to be away for a while, so I won't be doing a video on the takedown. Probably not anyway. But I might be, I don't know, probably not. But anyway, we got the tourists. So we got 3 tourists. These are going to be, they're not going to be one character. There will be separate characters, I think. And this is if they actually released them. Because, of course, there was the stuff at Halloween that they didn't release. And then also the Oscar flu. They're not really too sure why we're going to get this. It might be because we've reached 100% of the world's population who are infected now. But we haven't got it yet. We should have probably got it when 100% was reached, which is a bit weird. So this might be in the takedown, but I don't know if this is actually going to be released, the Oscar flu. It might not. It just might not be released. Not too sure. And then we have skins. So the only skin we got, the only costume we got is Sailor Kamikyo, and I'm pretty happy that was the only one we got. It's a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool one, and I'm glad that they didn't overfill it with skins. Maybe they could have given us one more, but I'm not so bothered. Then we have buildings. So the first building, of course, is the Springfield Airport. This is one of my favourite buildings. It's been a while. I've been waiting for a while. It's one of those buildings I've been waiting a while to actually receive, and we finally got it, which is really cool. We have the Tourist Information Centre. I'm really glad we got that as well. It's a really cool building. Well, it's not. It's not really. It's not amazing, but it's still pretty cool. We have the Reward Centre. Now, the Reward Centre, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the kind of fourth wall breaking all so much. I'm not a massive fan of that. So it felt like a bit of a crappy one, but whatever, it's there. We have the Eiffel Tower. This is an amazing building. I'm glad that we got this. Obviously, it's the landmark itself. It's just, I think it was the right size as well. They didn't make it too big or too small. It was perfect. And then we have Bastille. Is it Bastille or Bastille? I don't know how to say it. But yeah, that castle anyway. Pretty cool. We have the Paris Hotel. Again, another cool building. Chateau Manchon, which is the place where Caesar and Ugolin live, and where Bar is occupied for a bit. It's a really nice. It's a nice little. I like how they kind of made it a bit modern. They modernized. I think it's quite nice looking though. I don't know why. I like the building a lot for some weird reason. We have Le Cross de Burger, another really cool one. Or another rad one. Yeah, we have KTV building. I like this building. It's like sort of like 3 buildings in one in a way, and it's pretty cool. And we have obviously the big screen. Reminds me of Times Square kind of thing, but like a Japan version. Sumo Stadium. Yeah, Sumo Stadium's kind of cool as well. I guess it was the building we got as a final prize. Glad that we got that. But it's a bit of a weird shape though, isn't it? We got America Town. I like this one as well. Obviously in Japan, they're quite fond of American culture, so they have this idea. It's just, and it felt like a bit like a U.S. embassy in some way. We have the Himeji Castle. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But the Himeji Castle. This is an amazing building. Look at this. I just love this building. This and Mount Fiji are just really cool, and just awesome all overall. We have some more buildings. These are the final buildings. So we have the Royal Tokyo, which is a hotel. We have Bara. I'm not actually too sure what this is, but we got it anyway. We got it as like it was free actually. The Samba School, which comes with Tiago. We have Tree Steakhouse. This was a craftable, really weird and odd, but I like it. We have Churrascaras, that one. That's pretty cool as well, I guess. I don't know what it is though. Filthy Angels Orphanage. It kind of is a bit depressing, really. I mean, it's cool that we got the building and all, but it is a bit of a depressing building to think that all these Brazilian kids are in this disgusting looking place. Well, not all of them, but the ones without parents. And then we have Rio de Janeiro, which is the hotel they stay in, which is a nice little funny joke, I guess. I like it. And then we have the Chocolate Chapel. Sorry, the Chocolate Chapel. Now, I thought that this was more of a Valentine's Day. I'm not including the Valentine's Day stuff and the football stuff, by the way, guys, because I think that is separate. I'm counting that as separate, although the wiki counts it as the same update. I personally think it is a separate update. It's like an update in an update. I think this was technically a Valentine's Day building because they released it on Valentine's Day, and it is a church, and with the whole diabetes thing, I just presumed that it was. But the wiki lists it as a Destination Springfield building, but I just put it there anyway. But I'm not putting any other Valentine's Day or the football stuff. Anyway, moving on. We have one skin, and that's the Chateau Manchon Restored skin. I like this one. I prefer this skin to the other one, obviously, which is really nice. I like it. Moving on. Some decorations. So first of all, we have the signal thing, the signal lights. We have the snack bar, the vending machine again. Really nice nice decoration down. We have the golden train. I mean, I like the whole little task they had at the end. Oh, hang on, ignore that. I like the little task they had at the end with this. With the whole golden train. Yeah, we have the big globe. I like this as well. It kind of related back. We have the leather plane. This is actually the one from the Great Fatsby, I think, episode, which is This is JG's plane, I'm pretty sure, which is awesome. We have the 2 runways. We have obviously the straight runway, and we have the bent runway, I guess. I like this, and I like how you can connect it. And when you connect it, and you've got characters in there, they all light up. They don't actually light up though if you haven't got them connected though. It's just cool, really cool. With terminal, and we have the hangar. You can get multiple of these, and they were really awesome as well. And the plane, obviously, you can get multiple of these free things. Yeah, and they're really cool. With the lifeguard chair, which I didn't really understand why they gave us that. It felt a bit weird, a bit thrown in there, but whatever. We have the plane bot, awesome as well. Obviously, it's like a transformer kind of thing. With the bicycle with the basket, this is coming to the French stuff now. With the wine barrels, again, really nice. And that whole episode, we have the French fountain, the scooter. We have the scooter with the sidecar. Again, really nice decorations to throw in there. We have this building, That's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't know how you say it. It was a building, but it wasn't actually a building. It was a decoration, but it's in the shape of a building. I don't know why they didn't just make this building a cash urn. Right? It was a bit weird. Whatever. We have the lavender fields. These are really, really awesome. You can make a neat little lavender field. And then we have the Venus de Milo. Obviously, like the real one in real life. You can only have one of them. We have the Arc de Triomphe, which is I really like this one as well. I like how they throw it in there. We have the Pont de Garde, another really cool, like a sort of real life landmark with the big barrel wine stomper thing that Bart goes into, of course, which is really awesome. We have Mount Fiji, awesome mountain. Obviously, when you click it, it kind of erupts and it's great, and the whole screen, or your whole town, kind of rumbles. I love it. We have the Hokora, whatever the heck that is. I don't actually know what it is. We have the Japanese cherry tree. We have the Japanese lantern. We have the Japanese maple tree, I think it is, or blossom tree. I'm not too sure, but another tree. We have the Tori, that Japanese thing. We have the Japanese shrine. We have the pagoda, and then we have the Brazilian painted home. Going forward, now these are all the painted homes. So of course we have this one. This is the second one you can have. This is 5 and 8. This is 1, 4, and 7, and this is 3, 6, and 9. They all kind of look different. They're all like different sizes and stuff. They're all really cool, and I like how they kind of like, it's kind of like the favelas, isn't it? And I like how they added them in. It is pretty cool. And then we have an unlicensed taxi. We have this kind of soccer stadium thing with the whole Ronaldo thing. Obviously, we have this train which doesn't have any tracks, but it's a train from Brazil. We have another Brazil. I think it's the Brazil wood tree. With the try and stop us sign, and we have the carnival thing that came with Chilter, whatever the heck her name is. With the Brazilian cable car again, another. I love this building decoration so much. It's so cool. The little train car. I was wondering how they're gonna do that, because of course I really wanted them to add it with the whole thing where Homer gets kidnapped, and they did it. And then the final thing is, of course, Norbert's plane. The final, well, not really. I guess the golden tray is the final prize, but one of the final prizes, really, really cool. I'm glad they added this in, and it's nice decoration. I wish though you could actually, when Norbert goes into it, I wish you could see him actually flying it around. That would have been a nice little extra thing they could have done, but whatever. And then finally, of course, we have consumables. So the first consumable you could have bought was the passport. This basically increases how much stuff you earn in your friends' towns, and of course the free land token, which basically lets you have one strip of land or one section of land for free. Which is awesome. I mean, overall, I think the update was brilliant. I mean, I can't. You guys know that I thought the update was awesome, and honestly, I think it's probably the best update that we've got in a long time. I think it definitely even trumped. I mean, last year my favourite update was probably the sci-fi update as well. Like I guess followed by Halloween, I guess, but Halloween and sci-fi were the best two last year anyway, in my opinion. And I think this update trumped them both. I think I love that word now, trump, trumped. I think this update trumped both of them. It destroyed both of them. It was just so much better. And I know not all the characters were amazing. I mean, obviously all of these characters, not all of them are brilliant. And some of them are a bit weird, but these two guys, brilliant. Maurice was a good non-playable character. Mr. Sparkle was a brilliant character. Norbert was a brilliant character. And Norbert, I think, was one of the things that made this update so great. The fact that Norbert kind of led the update. And, he isn't only a one-episode character. That's the thing. I don't think people know. Of course, he is a Van Houten, and I guess that makes him kind of a lot more serious. He is mentioned quite a lot, though. But I guess that makes him a lot more kind of serious because he is a Van Houten. He's one of the kind of main family members. I mean, who can lead it next year? I think maybe next year, possibly Abby could lead it. And I think they are going to do a Destination Springfield next year. They've got to do another one day. And I think maybe Abby could lead it, which is, of course, it's Homer's half-sister. I think the fact that when they have a family member from quite a major family, it kind of, in some sense, it makes the update like more. I don't know. It makes it. I'd rather it be led by, like, this is what I mean with. In some ways, I wish Superheroes Update was led by Radioactive Man and not Fallout Boy. Although Fallout Boy was kind of cool, I felt like Radioactive Man could have done it better. But of course, they had this whole storyline with the Radioactive Man thing. But I think the one thing that made this update so perfect was Norbert. I did a whole list of reasons why this was the best update. Of course, it kind of linked in Valentine's Day and the football event as well. I'm not going to count them as the same thing. And I just think so far, this update by far is the best that we've got in the last 2 years, I think. Maybe, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at 2015 if there's anything anything better than this, but really I don't know if there is. I mean, there probably is an update in 2015, I just can't think off the top of my head. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have got all the stuff. If you haven't got all the stuff, then make sure you try and get it finally. Of course, maybe not all of it will be available. Any of the Act 1 and Act 2 I don't think are available anymore, any of those prizes, but you can still try and get all the other stuff, all the craftables that you may have missed. So if there's a craftable that you've missed out on that I've listed here, go get it quickly before the update ends. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I guess that's all my videos done on Destination Springfield, probably for a while. I'm probably not going to talk about it, and I hope St. Patrick's Day is next. If you haven't watched my video already on what I think is going to be added in St. Patrick's Day, or the stuff I think should be added eventually at least, go check out that video. Go check out all the other YouTube. I've changed my format now. I've changed it so I advertise all my TapTap or all the TapTap YouTubers I think are pretty cool. Yeah, so look on the home of my channel and you'll see the TapTap YouTubers listed there, and also in the description. And then I've updated my Twitter and stuff. Don't follow my old Twitter account. If you go on my old descriptions, I have another Twitter. Don't follow that one. I don't use it. I've got a new one now. Follow the one that I've got in the description now. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.